World War 3 Open Beta is finally here. It feels like we've been waiting for this day for absolutely ages. I think I thought this was going to happen way back in April. But they've been tweaking it, they've been working on a few things, and finally we're getting the release. So it's free to play for everyone. And to be honest, from what I've played of it so far, it's an absolute no-brainer to pick this one up, in my opinion, especially if you're a fan of casual first-person shooters. I'd say on the surface, although this game kind of looks like a bit of a Battlefield, it plays a bit more like a Call of Duty, and especially the kind of larger game modes that Call of Duty are trying to implement. So having played the Modern Warfare 2 beta, I'm talking about the invasions, sort of ground war game modes, and considering World War 3 specializes in that kind of game type, it does do it better than Call of Duty, which is pretty impressive considering how much money obviously goes into the Call of Duty franchise. Where this game excels for me is in its gunplay, the audio design as well, and the fact that you can kind of coordinate with your squad mates. So there's that teammate element there. You've got medic kits, ammo packs, and equipment packs that you can put down, so obviously a Battlefield element there. So at the core to this game, there's a good amount of team play, and also there's great gunplay, which are the perfect elements for a casual first-person shooter. They've also added in a new map for this release of the free-to-play, which is a much-needed addition. One big criticism of the game before was the fact that there were so few maps and it'd get a bit repetitive just playing the same ones over and over again. They need to continue that drive if they're going to keep people engaged with this game. So they need to keep pumping out new content. I think the amount of weapons they've got in there is good. The amount of customization you can do on the weapons is excellent, really nice. I'm actually excited about unlocking different weapons in the game. They fixed the progression, they've made it a bit faster. It was painstakingly slow before, but they've increased the speed of that, and yeah, they just need to keep adding in content, in particular things like maps and potentially some game modes as well. I will say that for the early access of the open beta, they've had a pretty bumpy launch. They seem to have some issues with their servers, and this isn't the first time they've had that, so I'm kind of thinking it might be a bit of a bumpy release for the open beta when it comes to everyone. I guess they're going to attract a lot of interest, and I'm just not sure their servers are going to handle it. It keeps on going down for some server maintenance, some tweaks here and there, so there's clearly something going on behind the scenes I'm not too sure about, which is causing them some issues, which I think will carry over to the release of the game. So it might be something we've got to be a bit patient with, let them iron out all those issues, and then once the game is in full flow, I reckon it'll be extremely popular. Like I said, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't pick this game up. It's actually a really good first-person shooter in a time where first-person shooters have been struggling quite a lot, and obviously it's free to play, so you don't have to spend a penny, and the in-game purchases aren't too in your face. They're not shoving them down your throat, at least for now, which is really nice to see, because a lot of these free-to-play games just go way overboard with the in-game transactions. In fact, a lot of games you have to pay for go overboard with in-game transactions. Certainly doesn't seem to be any pay-to-win aspect to the game. You can progress through and just unlock stuff playing the game for free. So yeah, like I say, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't give this one a go. One thing they still need to work on, I think, is the vehicle physics. They feel a bit weird controlling them, and they felt that way for a while, and like I said, that's one of the things that contributes to it having a more of a Call of Duty feel as opposed to a Battlefield feel. It certainly is more infantry focused, and I would like them to work on that, because obviously vehicles add that extra element, and at the moment it feels like they're kind of toy cars that you're driving around. Now the time to kill in this game is very fast, so just be aware of that if you're playing it for the first time. If you're running out in the open, you're going to get gunned down pretty easily, and for that matter, for me, the movement in the game is pretty spot on. It's not too crazily fast, and also not too kind of milsim slow. It's got that kind of nice sweet spot in between where you can move at a decent pace, but you can't just be flying around the map and sliding all over the place and jumping around corners and expect to do well. They've also added in a training option for those of you that are new to the game, so that's always worth checking out if you want to know what's going on. I should also point out at this point that this game has its own game launcher, which works fine at the moment. It's had issues with it before, and in fact, a lot of the Steam reviews you'll see which are negative are pointing to the fact that the game launch has been poor for people in the past. It's actually kind of harsh if you're looking at the Steam reviews for this game. If you see some negative ones, a lot of them are just about the game launcher, so don't let that deter you. You've also got to bear in mind that this game has been on Steam for quite some time, so it's picked up some early reviews, some of which might be a bit more negative. This game has changed quite a lot since then, because I remember being surprised when I looked at the Steam reviews and then played the game. I thought it was way better than what the Steam reviews represented, so don't let that put you off trying this game out. So all in all, we've got a game that's free to play. It's got really good gunplay, really good gun sounds. It's extremely satisfying using the weapons. There's great weapon customization, and actually at this point I should say, as I'm praising the game so much, as I'm sure you can probably tell, I do want this game to succeed. I think the developers seem like they are taking on board feedback and trying to make positive changes for the game, and we are of course in dire need of some good first-person shooters. So yeah, I am supporting this game. I hope it does well. And back to talking about it, yeah, the core element of the game is really good. However, what has been quite a big concern of mine for this game for quite some time is the amount of longevity it's got, and one of the big things contributing to that I think is the amount of maps. I really would like them to add in at least 2 more, and I would like to see a bit of variation in the game modes, even if it's just as simple as, for example, the tactical ops game mode at the moment. If you're capturing a flag, if someone on the enemy team is capturing your flag, you can't spawn on that point, which, you know, is kind of interesting. I think there's pros and cons to that. I like it at the moment because you've got to work with your squad kind of putting out fires wherever a place is being captured. You can't just die and spawn on that point. You've got to move around the map a bit more tactically, but at the same time you do also get quite a lot of just a single person capping a point because no one can be bothered moving over there. So I would like a few extra game modes, maybe just as simple as mixing it up so you can spawn on a cap point when it's being captured, just to see what that's like, just to try out different variations and just to give this game a bit more longevity. I think the maps are really good. I think if they work on the vehicles as well, that'll just add that extra element. The audio is a good example of something that was really poor before, especially Footsteps, and they worked on that. They've made it much better and now it's in a really good spot. So I think the track record of these guys is good. I think going free to play is a pretty smart move. I hope they do well from it. I hope they're able to continue to develop this game. What I will say is they have been pretty slow with the development, but that's something which, to be honest, this day and age, I'm not too bothered with. Although World War 3 has actually been especially slow, they have genuinely been ridiculously slow. If you end up with a good game, they take their time to develop it and don't release something that's not ready, yeah, I'm fine with that. At the end of the day, I am fine with that. So try it out. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you want me to do more videos on this game, and I think I'll just leave you with a bit of gameplay so you can see for yourself what it's like. The old warm-up stage. Okay, so you can spawn on a teammate or you can spawn on the objective. Pretty standard. And leaning is also pretty powerful in this game. Highly recommended. Yeah, if you're started capturing a point, they can't spawn on it, so it's pretty powerful. Oh, there's a load of them around here. I don't know if you saw that guy's helmet getting knocked off. In fact, I'm now helmetless as well. Bang mine off. So I'd need someone to drop equipment for me to get that helmet back. Got a guy coming around here. What I would say is potentially a slight downside of this game is you're pretty often on the radar. I'd argue too often. I like it. There's a decent squad element to this game as well. Squad leaders just put the objective to attack C1. So that's where we're heading. This guy over. Look at that. That's a slightly more advanced radar. Just showing all that good stuff. All that juicy stuff. There's a sniper in there. I'll have a radar soon. Just guessing. Oh, there we go. The old snipey snipe. I was going to say, I thought it was a teammate. Yeah, Footsteps are pretty powerful in this game as well. It used to be terrible, the Footsteps. They've made them a lot better. So this is the UAV jam someone's used. It's actually really powerful considering how many UAVs get used. It just gets rid of their mini-map. Alright, they've taken A1, we're taking A2. I imagine they're going to push in to A2. There we go. Yeah, the gunplay in this game is so fun. Extremely satisfying to use. Oh, there's a lot in there. Got too many. My eyes lit up there. This guy's peeking it though.
Give me some rounds.
That's a dreamer.
Give me some ammo, lads. Hello?
Finally. Yeah, it's just the sound of it, the recoil. I like it a lot. Do wish you could see on the map where these people are. because I'm just got to kind of guess. Unless maybe this shows me. Yeah, okay, it does. No, that's pretty good. You can check up the map. It shows you who you're selected, I assume. Is that right? Yeah, nice. It's pretty solid. There's a few tanks roaming around, so I've decided to go for the anti-tank class. Show you guys the RPG, hopefully. Oh, that guy showed it for you. Oh, it's not going to end well, is it? So this class actually does have less armor. You can see bottom left. There's a plate, and there's also a helmet. I hope there's no one else here, so there is some dead. Bottom left, you can see there's a single bar on the plate and the helmet. Usually you get, I would think, about 3 for the regular armor and 2 for the helmet. 2 bars. And I think it's just because I've got the RPG, it just weighs more, so to keep the mobility up. The armor by default, oh, that's got me. The armor by default is a bit lower. Alright, we might actually get a tank kill. It's kind of a level light one. There we go, finally. Chuck a few mines down. Hunky dory. Oops. Mine's still there. I swear the SMG is pretty solid. Is that guy not... Drewski not gone in my mines yet? Come on, we've got a few rockets on the sky. I think I'm dead to someone else. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Did I not get him? Yeah, that's the job. Firing from the hip, doesn't it? They're really going after this point. Yes, it's a lot of fun, this game. Just playing through it. I've been really enjoying it. Hopefully I'll be enjoying it in a month's time as well. There we go. We get the tank eventually. Oh, there it is. What a close game. Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of fun. Definitely recommend trying it out. I'm going to keep playing it. Hopefully it keeps my interest. And when it goes free, you make sure you guys play as well. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As per usual, if you did, make sure you leave a like. And also think about subscribing. Cheers, guys.